around the world, but not all of them. So I was wondering what you have in mind in terms of using this as an opportunity to expand sports like lacrosse, flag football, softball and baseball, particularly in Africa and other parts of the world. If I think of the NBA has made a very effective outreach in Africa, and this may be an opportunity to develop the sport more globally. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Thiam. I have Mr. Drew, and I guess he does not want to speak about rugby.
Forget it. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President, to allow me to say some words in French. So give the time to put the headphone on.
I just wanted to subscribe to all of the words that have been expressed by Casey. In 1972, as you may know, I was in Munich. They were my first Olympic Games. I was there in the village. I experienced that day, the 5th of September, when we were closed in the village. Walter Troger was the mayor of the city at the time. So I actually experienced at first hand these sad events which cost the lives of 11 of our Israeli friends, as Casey was saying, our brothers from Israel, I should say. But since then, in spite of terrorism, in spite of wars, in spite of geopolitical developments of all sorts, in spite of pandemics, the Olympic Games, the Paralympic Games have always come out unvanquished in spite of these terrible events. And I do not doubt that in the future that Brisbane in 2032, Los Angeles in 2028, or next year in Paris 2024, that the whole world, but particularly the athletes, the Olympians, the Paralympians, will maintain an unforgettable memory in their minds and in their hearts of what they will experience at that time. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup. Mr. Blick.
Thank you, Mr. President. From the presentation, for cricket, flagball, lacrosse, and squash, they have less than 50% of national federations, which means that I don't believe they're as representative as they should be. I just would like to have an assurance that by the time we reach LA 2028, those numbers increase to at least 75% of national federations, so that more national Olympic committees can field eligible athletes to be represented in these sports. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Blick. Mr. Ryu.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you for the great presentation, LA 28. I have two questions, specifically baseball and softball, because I'm a big fan of the baseball, and I know that LA has a very, fantastic facilities, LA Dodgers as well. My question is that is softball and baseball is Lucas quota is around 234, but I would like to ask how many countries will participate, because I remember that Beijing is only 6 countries participated, and on Beijing is 8 and Tokyo is 6 countries. So this is my first question, and second is that how we encourage the best players, best athlete will participate, especially in Japan and in USA has their own leagues, that we can have some well communicate with them to participate on their best players. Thank you.
Mrs. Smith.
Thank you, President. And Thank you, Team LA, for an inspiring presentation and really visionary, and I think reflects what we're about as an Olympic movement. So thank you for that. I have just a practical question. I think I missed it, perhaps, on the quota, 10,500. You mentioned 11,092. Can you give us a little bit of an explanation of how that's going to be handled, or are we accepting 11,092? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Smith. And I hand over to Mr. Stoss. I said, okay, you're always good for a surprise. Mr. De Vos.
Yes, Mr. President, dear colleagues, and first of all, I would like to thank LA28 for the very nice and good presentation, all about athletes and inclusion. I just wanted to know what actions the organizing committee is undertaking to guarantee the access for athletes of all nationalities and passports to the United States. And I would also like to thank our colleague Smith for the question regarding the quota. It would be good to have a clarification. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Mr. Badbold.
Thank you so much, President. I just have a quick comment on the other sports than the 5 proposed. As we have seen under the...
No. We are talking now about the 5 proposed. You can come later. Then.
Okay.
Other questions? No? Then, Mr. Stoss, and if you then distribute, I think I propose to you, you take the easy questions and the difficult ones you delegate to LA.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Yes, first come back to the quota, to the athletes quota. You're totally right. If you agree with the recommendation, that means plus 742 athletes quota in total. Because we have 4 team sports and 1 individual sport. And we have to start tomorrow to talk together with IFs and also with the Olympic program in total, how and in which way we could reduce in the different disciplines and to find here a good balance between the new sports, the 5-1, and the traditional one we have to do. And we will do it with the sports department and the IOC in close cooperation with all IFs. And we are looking forward to find here a solution for this proposal. This is very important for us as well. And develop the sports all over the world. This is one of the most crucial message, I think. We have to find a way together with the IFs, together with LA 2028, to bring these new sports also to new continents or to new countries, together with the NOCs and with the federations, and to create here an additional value also for these countries and to bring a new sport to different countries in this world. But for example, in baseball or softball, it's a question from my friend, how many nations will participate? 4 continents are represented in the top 10 of the ranking. And I think this one is important to find here a way to bring really the best one, the best nations to the Olympic Games. Because this is a very crucial point in the Agenda 2020 +5. In our showcase, and I think this is the right way to do it. It will be a hard way, and nobody could promise us to bring the best players to Olympic Games at this moment. But we try hardly, and we would like to do it together with LA to bring really the best one, because it is also important for the IOC to have the best players, the best teams at the Olympic Games in Los Angeles 2028. This is one of the goal messages also from the presentation from the LA team and I think we would like to follow them to make also the Olympic Games and this new sport considering to a new way and to show the world that we could bring this American spirit all over the world and in different countries as well. So we will follow this as soon as we can, and I think we are starting tomorrow to working closely together with the IFs and with all the IFs and NOCs to find here a way also to reduce cost and complexity, because this is also one of the crucial points of the Agenda 2020+5.
Thank you, Mr. Stoss. Something to add?
Thank you, Carl, and thank you, Mr. President. I think the only question that we didn't address is access for all athletes to the United States. From the day we started this journey, we have been focused on that keenly. We are in deep coordination with the United States government. The State Department has an entire group of people whose focus is on supporting access to the United States for competitive events. The first issue we had, actually, after we were awarded the Games, was making sure the Iranian archery team could compete in Las Vegas at a tournament, and they did, and they came. And so we are proud of our ability to make sure that our country is accessible to every athlete on earth. That is our commitment, and that is exactly what will happen. And I can assure you, Ingemar, it will also include every horse from every country in the world that is appropriately qualified. So I know that was really the question, Mr. President, I learned from before. So, but
I think you start to get to know the movement.
Yeah, I'm learning. But we thank you for the opportunity and appreciate your consideration.
Thank you very much. With this, we are coming to the conclusion of this discussion, and I would like now to ask you for this approval of the IOC Executive Board following the initiative of LA 28 and the recommendation of our Program Commission. All the ones who want to support this package of 5 sports to be included in the LA 28 program, and we are speaking about the LA 28 program, only please raise your hands. Thank you. Those who are against, please raise your hands. 1. Is there more than 1? If there somebody is too shy that I cannot see them, then no. 2. Then 2 against and abstentions.
1.
2. Now keep it up. Now you're confusing us. Do we have 2 or 3? Anyway, abstentions are not being taken into account. Then we have then against 2 votes. The proposal is approved. Congratulations to the Program Commission and congratulations to LA 28 for this approval. We have here. Well, wait a second. We sent you back to work sooner than you think. We have here with us the heads of these 5 new sports on the program for LA, and I would like to offer a very warm welcome for the ICC, the chairman, Mr. Greg Barclay. We have for IFAF Pierre Trochet, the President of the Federation. Is it a plan that you're such on opposite sides there, cricket and flag football, or is it our protocol? Then we have for WBSE, of course, our friend Riccardo Fraccari. To him, just welcome back, sir. Then we have for WL, Mrs. Susan Redfern, the President of World Lacrosse. And we have for WSF, squash, Sina Woolrich, the President. So welcome to all of you to the Olympic program, and now for you back to work. Thank you very much, LA. Thank you to all of you. And we have to keep working. Now we have to pay the price, you know, that I was too generous with a coffee break, but we still have the other three sports to discuss, and this is why I'm handing the floor back to the chair of the Program Commission, Mr. Stoss.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Let me proceed with the considerations on the pending sports. Boxing. In June 2023, the IOC session withdrew the recognition of the International Boxing Association. The IOC has not recognized another governing body for Olympic boxing. Any decision regarding the inclusion of boxing in the LA 28 sports program is therefore put on hold.
Thank you, Mr. Stoss. Are there questions to this? No, I think it's pretty logic. For once, we are. Mr. Stoss.
Weightlifting considerations. The IWF has made efforts to address the historical incidents of doping in the sport, including the full delegation of the anti-doping program to the International Testing Agency since 2020. Elected new leadership and the revision of the EWF 2021 constitution with the support of an ASOIF expert was approved at the Congress in September 2023. According to the ITA, there have been strides in enhancing the integrity of the sport and upholding the values of clean competition. It will be essential for the EWF to continue to demonstrate its transition towards an effective change in culture. The IWF Constitution's practical application needs to be monitored closely to ensure that an effective change of culture has been implemented. This monitoring includes Paris 2024 and LA 2028. The Programme Commission and IOC Executive Board therefore recommend the following. The Olympic Programme Commission recommends to the IOC Executive Board to propose the IOC session the inclusion of weightlifting in the LA 28 sports programme following the decision of the International Weightlifting Federation to delegate its anti-doping management to the International Testing Agency and its sanctioning to the Court of Arbitration for Sport at least until end of the year 2028. The anti-doping programs for the Paris 2024 Olympic qualification and the Olympic competition will continue to be closely monitored by the IOC, as well as the implementation of the governance and cultural changes adopted by the International Weightlifting Federation.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stoß. Are there questions to weightlifting? No, then the Executive Board has already done its job. We are proposing it to you. We have approved this recommendation. Therefore, we can go straight to the vote. Who is in favor of this proposal of the Executive Board? Please raise your hand. Who is, thank you. Who is against? See nobody? Do I see everybody? If not, you shout. Okay, then who is abstaining? Then this is approved with one abstention. Thank you very much, Mr. Stoß, and congratulations to the new president of the International Weightlifting Federation, Mr. Mohamed Chalout, who is here with us. And now back to Mr. Stoß.
I have to continue with the last one, I think.
I also think so.
Modern pentathlon considerations. In November 2022, the UIPM Congress approved the inclusion of the obstacles discipline into the UIPM competition rule and equipment. The modern pentathlon has expressed its commitment to optimization to ensure a more sustainable delivery model for the Olympic Games. In particular, for LA 2028, this includes the elimination of the fencing ranking round, which reduces the number of competition venues from 2 to 1, a reduction in the number of competition days, a review of the sole supplier agreements, and allowing flexibility in venue design to ensure the most cost-efficient venue model in LA 2028. As a result, the Programme Commission and the IOC Executive Board made the following recommendation. The IOC Executive Board recommends to the IOC session the inclusion of modern pentathlon in the LA 28 sports programme, with the assumption that the viability and cost efficiency of the one-venue stadium concept in LA 2028 is assessed and agreed to by the IOC, OBS, UIPM, and LA 28, and UIPM continues to implement the necessary changes in governance. It was also noted that without the exchange of riding in place of obstacle racing, the sport would not have been included in the programme.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stoß. Are there questions with regard to modern pentathlon? No, then we proceed with the vote also here. Who is in favor of this proposal made by the Executive Board? Please raise your hand. Thank you. Who is against? Are you holding your camera, Mr. Badbold, or who is against? No. Abstentions? Then we have one abstention, so the proposal is approved. Thank you, Mr. Stoß. Congratulations to the Federation of Modern Pentathlon and its President, Klaus Schormann, who is here with us. and who survived another vote of this session with his sport. Thank you there to all of you. And now we can have a lunch break. I propose that we are back here in the room at 2:20, please. At 2:20, and then we will resume the afternoon with Paris, so please be in time.